G'day and welcome back to the JoBluemann channel where we talk about news, views and reviews. That sounds quite nice. Today we're discussing Trump asks judge to delay enforcing 83 million verdict in Carroll lawsuit. Okay, that's based on Trump's lawyers who requested a New York judge to suspend the 83.3 million defamation verdict due to the possible reduction on appeal. I think they said it's unconstitutional. The jury awarded columnist E. Jane Carroll the sum after concluding Trump's sexual abuse and defamed her in 2022. Okay, so coming out and saying that, I think he said something like, she's not my type. She's ugly and she's not my type. Sorry about that. I found it quite funny that because he says some stupid shit that gets him into trouble a lot. You know, I'm a big fan. Don't get me wrong, but and he's like, to me, he's like a normal man. We say stupid shit, we get into trouble. It's how it's supposed to be. Trump's attorney argued the punitive award was plainly excessive, violating constitutional and federal common law. They anticipate a reduction in the judgment. So they're not fighting against that what he said was inappropriate. They're fighting against the fact that, it's unconstitutional, the amount. Uh, but this isn't the only thing that I want to discuss. Okay, so we have two things that are happening in New York City at the moment. So we have two of the richest investors that have come back and said, because of the 350 million unlawful and hoax of a judgment against Trump, where he's not allowed to trade in New York at his businesses for 3 years, him or his sons. That's the first one. The second thing was he was hit for 355 million because they say he inflated his own assets. Now, usually a bank would go out and go and do an assessment themselves. So I'm not sure how he could inflate his property values if a bank did an assessment themselves. So that in itself is fucking stupid. So basically what happened is now these rich guys have now pulled out and said they're not going to invest in New York City further. They will make no investment in that, and they are looking at some of the other states and towns or cities to do their investments in, not New York City. The one rich guy's wife even went as far as to open a GoFundMe page for Trump, and I think they already raised, when I read the article the first time, they already got to 800 and some odd thousand US that was already raised for Trump on this 355 million. Obviously, that's not going to go through. They're going to argue that it's a political prosecution over here. They're just not putting him in jail. So if he was put in jail, he would have basically gotten out by now. They're just trying to get him not to be on the campaign road campaigning. But like Trump just does, uh, he just turns it around and makes it a win for himself and uses the platform of the the judicial system and uses the court as a stage to market himself and to do his campaigning. And to be dead honest, that even forces guys like CNN, MSNBC, who said that they will not be covering his campaigns anymore. That's now forcing them to be monitoring his campaign. So that's the one thing that I wanted to talk about. The other thing is that Trump is sitting in a situation where there's truckers now that have stood up and said they are refusing to take food or do any deliveries inside of New York. So they will halt that route. The last time I heard, there was about 10 truckers and growing. Obviously, it's the guys' lifelines, so they don't want to burn their bridges. So obviously, not all of them are going to be doing it, but it's making international news or national. Well, I read American news, so um, yeah, at least it's making news in South Africa because I read American news a lot. Only because I don't want to know what's going on in my own country because yeah, it's a total F up. But to be dead honest, America, you're getting very close to what Africa, the third world country, is. So of a third world continent. South Africa, which is a third world country, is at the moment doing around about the same as what America is doing at the moment. Um, we're not doing that well financially and economically, so we don't have that many migrants trying to come into our country. But we do have a problem with that. We have a problem with xenophobia, which is very, very harsh at the moment, or it's been going on for a while, um, burning out, burning out trucks and stuff like that. A lot of the Africans are taking jobs away from South African people because they don't really want to work. And when I say that, I say it with the most respect because it is not them not wanting to work. This is where the labor unions come in and they tell these people bullshit, and eventually it becomes such a problem that they're not willing to work anymore. They're not willing to work for the paychecks that they're getting. They're not willing to um, they get all these excuses that they can use not to be able to work. They learn how to abuse the system. They learn that they're not able to be fired because of specific reasons, and they abuse the system. I mean, in South Africa, if you have to do the same thing twice in 6 months, otherwise, um, you have a HR um, uh, ruling against you. You have to have that same ruling twice in 6 months in the corporate environment before they're allowed to fire you. So that means if you know how to play the system, you get get a HR warning the first time and then be fined for 6 months, and then after 6 months do the same thing again, which is why I hate the unions, and which I'm upset about governments interfering in the workplace in the capital situation. Well, I believe in no government whatsoever. I do believe in Trump, however, because for every one law that he brought in, um, he cancelled seven. So the restrictions on businesses got less. And that turned around the whole system, which everybody said was going to crash the system. In actual fact, there was more jobs available because there were less restrictions on businesses. Um, and I'm really hoping that he turns around America because um, we are all connected to the US dollar, whether or not we like it or not. BRICS is expanding because of the fact that America is doing stupid shit at the moment, or not America, the American government. Let me put it like that. And then we still have 50% of the country that wants to vote for Biden, or what's it, 30%? Yeah, but that makes up in the end about 50% of the country wanting to vote Democrat. So there is some more schooling that needs to happen. Um, I do think, I honestly think that America should break up into portions and have Democrats on the one side and on the other side, normal people that think rationally. They can go to the other side. I was actually having a discussion about what's happening where Florida sent a bunch of um, I'm not sure if it's police or um, but some of the law people they sent to um, Texas border to go and help out with a crisis where the government didn't want to intervene. They are busy driving and flying um, asylum seekers over to the sanctuary cities, which is democratic cities or democratic run cities. So there's lots of fun that's going on at the moment in American news, and I just can't help watching American news, and Donald Trump is just, I mean, he just sells newspapers and he sells videos and he sells TV shows because he's such a controversial figure inside of the Democratic Party and inside of the leftist news that they can't stop talking about him. And their ratings tank when Donald Trump is not in the news. So, yeah, so a lot of people are talking about it. Um, so there's still a lot of court cases that are on the go, which are a bunch of crap. They're just to keep him busy, but they actually, I think, helping him. I think he's since the 355 million lawsuit he lost, I think he went up in the rankings. He doesn't have any real competition um, inside of the party, so he'll be the running candidate for the party itself. There's no doubt about that because there's no competition for him. So yeah, till the next news article about Trump comes out, then I'll make another video about that one. Thanks.